Good morning. Today I would like to talk about a very interesting topic, a very interesting technique to reach enlightenment. It is my favorite technique. I'm still working on it. It's a path towards every enlightenment technique. It's the technique that's called Tibetan Dream Yoga, the practice of Tibetan Dream Yoga. And this is very interesting because it gives you several advantages over other techniques. The first major advantage is that you are in a very different state of mind during sleep. Sleeping and dreaming, maybe your brain waves are slower or different, but if you start meditation during a dream, you will instantly hit ground zero. You are in another world, basically. And still your awareness is very high and thoughts can be minimal. Second advantage is time. It is not as time consuming as very long meditation sessions, self-inquiry work, all those techniques you have to do during your daytime. Many people don't do them because they take up so much time. And with dream practice, you will get more time that you usually don't use to greatly increase your chance of having enlightenment experiences, of having amazing levels of awareness, to learn about yourself and especially about your subconscious mind. And I will share the 4 basic rules with you of Tibetan Dream Yoga because I think it's a good starting point. Everyone can just start after watching this video, I guess, with these 4 steps. But of course the whole practice is so deep. You can have so much to learn about this, but basically that's all after you completed these first 4 steps. And you can practice them for many months until you reach a point where you need a new guidance and new stuff. So that's why I chose, or think it's a good point, a good whatever, to share these 4 techniques. So, and the practice goes like this. You try to constantly remember throughout the day at certain intervals. You can also set a timer or download any app. There are many. And you try to remember and feel that this waking experience is exactly like a dream. It's not any different. Because if you have had a lucid dreaming experience before, you will know that lucid dreaming experiences can be extremely real. They even for most people, their dream reality tricks them so much into thinking it's real that they don't see it as the dream it actually is. And this is very interesting because if you develop this awareness throughout the day, if you see a color or hear a sound, to also at the same time think about how this is actually you perceiving your own mind. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that there is no real world. Your sensations do have their source of information in the real world. But what we experience is very far from what reality actually is. I mean, if you think about a color, reality is something very different. We don't know what it is. Actually, it's a surface roughness that reflects lights differently and all kinds of crazy explanations you can try to give. But basically this is what primes your mind to see this, this dream state as for what it is, to be able to experience it with a waking consciousness. This switch will happen in a dream where you are aware that you are dreaming. And this is the first part of how to practice Tibetan Dream Yoga, is to try to become conscious during the dream through raising your daytime awareness of what your perceptions actually are. Yes, you might look at something as beautiful as this water running here and say that it's real. And of course, no one doubts that there is real water running in the real world. But on the other hand, what you perceive as this water is not actually out there in the real world. The different colors, the light, the sound, and probably even the time that passes between these events is not what reality actually is. Something as a color is your brain interpreting different wavelengths of light. And this is also only one way to try to explain it. Yes, the second step in practicing Tibetan Dream Yoga is increasing your ability to remember the dreams you had. And this is done basically by having a dream journal. I know many people don't like this because it's work. It's work in the morning. You have to set some time aside to do this. But really, in my experience, you cannot skip this. Dream recall is extremely important. You could even have lucid dreams right now. You could be aware during your sleep, during your dreams, that you are dreaming, but don't remember it, just because you don't remember dreams very well at all. And I will just tell you how dream journals and dream recall has been the most successful for me. First thing is, after waking up, also during the night, not only in the morning, try not to move. No movement. First thing that is on your mind should be not work, nothing else. It should be, what have I just been dreaming? What was the last experience I had? If then nothing comes up, just lie there with this awareness of wanting to remember your dreams. Try to remember it. Try to remember what was the last thing you experienced. If you have like an image, think about that image. And with that image, there will be a story coming up, like what happened before, what happened afterwards. And this will slowly recreate the whole, not the whole dream at the beginning, maybe later you will be able to recall the whole dreams, but in the beginning it will just be parts of the dream, and they will get longer and longer. And after, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes of trying to remember everything that you dreamed of, not only the last dream, but also maybe you have different images from dreams before that, you try to write them down. Afterwards you write them down. You have a dream journal just beside your bed, and you can write down notes or whole sentences or whatever. It's not really that important. Just write it down, and write it down every day. It needs to become a habit. If you want to start this, habits are your most powerful tool. But of course habits need to be built up. It takes some weeks to build a strong habit. So don't skip this in the beginning. Do it every day, whatever comes up. If you are sleeping somewhere else, or think you have more important things to do, at least think about your dreams. Take 10 minutes in the morning to try to let all the pictures and sounds and whatever you had during your dreams come up. And yeah, this will be powerful. So don't underestimate this practice. Next thing that Tibetan Dream Yoga is about is direct induction of lucid dreams, also called wild techniques. And this is a very deep topic I will going to do another video on in the future. But basically it is trying to preserve your awareness throughout the process where you fall asleep. You're going to try to keep up your awareness so that with no interruption you get into the dream. And many people say, oh, it's the most difficult technique or something. But in my experience, no. You just have to find how it will work for you. And basically I can share my experience with it, but it will be a little bit different for everyone. But if you get the hang of it, it's like, yeah, it's easy, it becomes easy. And it is very predictable in how well it will produce lucid dreams. You could have them every night, and yeah, then you are good to go. Because afterwards, if you are able to remember dreams, if you are having a critical awareness during your day, and you are able to induce lucid dreaming through one of these two techniques of raised awareness, so that you are automatically becoming aware of your dream state during your dream, or that you induce them through wild techniques, then afterwards real Tibetan Dream Yoga practice can start, because you practice it during a dream. And that's when it becomes interesting, because during the dream state you are already in a very different brain pattern type kind of state, where you actually can reach very deep levels of meditation, like quickly, instantly. It happened to me that I tried to meditate and I got to places I've never experienced during waking reality, or not even after hours of meditation. Somehow your brain works very differently. And yeah, first thing you do, or you could try to do during practice of dream yoga during the dream, is trying to change your environment. Because you should know by now, when you are awake in the dream, this is just, and everything you perceive is just made by your mind. And so that means you can change it. You can not only do what you normally do during your day, like being able to control your own body, but in the dream you should be able to change everything. Like you could make the sun go down, you could make the light go out, the light turn on, colors change, people change. And this is actually the first very important practice you could start, because this makes your mind flexible. It shows the mind what's actually possible. And yeah, you can start with everything, and it will be difficult at the beginning. It will be very difficult, because you're not used to this. Basically, in dreams, at the beginning, you start to live out all your perceived reality during waking time. And even gravity, to change gravity in the beginning is difficult. But of course many lucid dreamers are able to come to a point where they can fly and can change the dream scenery and so on. But this is the start of the practice, and from there on it can get really deep, like clear light dreams where you are just pure awareness, nothing else exists, just pure empty awareness. I didn't have that experience yet, to be honest, but some meditation sessions during lucid dreams might have come close, I don't know, but they were amazing anyways, so doesn't matter. And this is just why this Tibetan Dream Yoga is so amazing. I'm so excited about this. It's more enjoyable than anything else, like practicing meditation for hours a day. I mean, okay, many people maybe can do 1 hour, but basically where does that get you? There are people in the world that meditate for 10 hours each day, every day, for their whole life, and they don't reach enlightenment. So 1 hour a day, where will it get you? Basically, probably nowhere. Or not nowhere, it will, don't understand me wrong, it will get you amazing benefits still, but to reach real enlightenment, difficult. But in dream state, I think there is much more possible. So yeah, I think that's it for now. Start your practice of daytime awareness, of constantly realizing that there's this world, or everything you perceive is made up by your mind. And then secondly, having a dream journal, remember your dreams. Certainly maybe even try already to do wild techniques. You can read many of the techniques up on the internet. There are many different websites that show you how to do it. And then lastly, try to change your lucid dream scenery. That's the first thing. The most important thing. Like everything you see, colors, and it will be fun. It will be fun, I promise. And you will learn more about yourself than in hours of meditation with each lucid dream. If you do it right, if you don't just go out and try to have sex with lucid dream characters and stuff. Yeah. So try it and let me know what you think about it.